Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Life Reset Collective. My name is Josh. This is the channel where we empower those who are going through a life reset and resetting their life with compassion, support, practical steps, encouragement, and motivation. Welcome here, my friend. If you are going through that life reset, there are probably not very many people who understand you, and I've been through two complete life resets in my life, and that's why I made this channel. And today we're talking about this question: how do I know if I actually need to reset my life? So let's break this down. First of all, what is a life reset? A life reset is basically a restart. You need to start again. Sometimes it's completely from scratch. You might have lost everything, right? You might have gone through a divorce, or you might have lost your job or your home. You might have been homeless. You might have, gone to prison, whatever the case is, right? And you may need to completely restart your life. Or sometimes a life reset is compartmentalized. So maybe you just need to restart or reset your relationship life, or you need to reset with your income. Maybe you got laid off, or you lost your career. You have to get a new career, maybe something like that, right? Maybe AI replaced your career or something. So you'll know that you need to reset your life because some disaster will basically set you down to zero. It'll just knock you down and you'll just be in the mud. And this is how I often conceptualize the life reset. I conceptualize it as you're going along in life. Maybe you were moving upwards, or maybe you were moving straight across, or maybe you were even declining. Maybe things were not going so well, but you were holding on. It wasn't a huge disaster. And then boom, disaster strikes and you fall down into the pit and you get stuck in the mud. It is so difficult to get up and get out of that mud, right? So that's the very first part. It's just like the sludge, just climbing out of the muck, trying to get yourself just even up on your feet. You get knocked down so hard sometimes, right? And this is disaster. We undergo some kind of disaster. For me, both of my life resets were basically brought about by divorce. So I've been married twice, divorced twice, and both times in the divorce, I had to basically reset my life. Now, there were different circumstances in each one, but yours is unique to you. Everyone's life reset is unique to them, but it's generally characterized by some kind of disaster. So you'll know, and I don't mean to laugh, but it's kind of dark humor. You'll know because your life will just go to absolute crap. You will just smash head first to the bottom of the pit, and then you don't have a choice. You have to reset. You have to rebuild. So that's how you know you're in a life reset. And then there's a question of, well, should I even try? A lot of people ask this question, and of course the answer is yes. It can be so difficult to climb out of that mud and get started heading back toward the light. And you've got to climb out of the pit. And you've got to climb out of the pit to the point where you get just to even ground, just to get to maybe where you have some semblance of the stability and security that you had before, but it's different. You're all muddy, you're all beat up, you're traumatized now, right? But here's the thing. There's another chapter for you at the other side of this disaster, at the other side of this life reset. But to get there, we got to climb up this mountain. So not only do we get knocked down into the mud, but we got to get up and we got to climb out of the pit. And then we've got to climb this mountain, and we're going to climb and we're going to slide back down. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to beat up, our bones. We're going to get beat up and bloodied and bruised, and it's going to hurt. We're going to get so freaking hurt on this journey, guys. And you know what I'm talking about. If you've been through a life reset or you're going through one, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But at the top of that mountain, friends, there is light. There's another chapter for you. You can actually have an amazing, beautiful life that's even better than anything you had before. But the problem is that it's going to take a climb. It's going to take a lot of hard work to get there. And it's going to take perseverance and determination. And we're going to have to get tough as we climb the mountain, but we're also going to have to learn to love again. We're going to have to learn to put our shame aside. We're going to feel humiliated. We got to put that aside. We've got to learn to have confidence in ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves. We have to learn not to let other people's judgments of us keep us down. That's one of the reasons I made this channel, is because I don't want to make you feel judged. I don't want to just preach at you and say, oh, you should have known better. Life happens. Sometimes bad things happen. And the only thing that we can do is begin that climb to get out of it. Now, that's how you know if it's time to reset your life, because you're going to have no other choice. The choices are going to be either give up or start taking one step at a time and get out of this crappy situation you're in, right? This disaster you're in. So that's how you will know. And I don't mean to laugh, but it's so dark. Like, that's such a dark question. You will know because there won't be any other choice. Because what else are you going to do when you're stuck at the bottom of the pit in the mud hole? You have to climb yourself out. You got to clean yourself off, and you got to start climbing out of here. And if you want a new chapter, you got to climb that mountain. Now, I do want to go a little deeper on this. You are probably going to feel very lost throughout this process. You may have a hard time figuring out what exactly happened to you, how to quantify your feelings about it, how to quantify your shame, how to quantify your humiliation. A lot of times a life reset is accompanied by great feelings of shame, like, oh my God, like I've failed. I'm embarrassed about my life. My life is a joke, a disaster. Maybe you lose your home. All the people you graduated high school with have these, like $500,000 homes, and they're going on vacation and they have a jet ski in the driveway, and you are like maybe homeless and struggling to just buy food to eat. You might be in a situation like that. It's so important to just try to overcome those feelings. The truth is that you are a unique person with a unique set of circumstances in your life. Now, you might have made mistakes that led partly to the disaster. We all do, man. But that's not something to just beat yourself up over. And comparing yourself to other people isn't a good thing either, because we never know what's going on in other people's lives. Other people might be miserable because they're not taking the risk to try to change or better their life. Maybe it looks good on the outside, but they may be miserable on the inside, or maybe they have it all figured out. Either way, it's not really our business, and it's not for us to compare ourselves or to judge ourselves, right? So I don't want you to be shaming yourself or to be humiliating yourself or to judge yourself or compare yourself to other people. All we have to do when we realize it's time to reset our life is we just have to start the climb. We have to put one foot slowly in front of the other, and we have to find love for ourselves, and we're going to have to really get to know ourselves over the course of this journey. This is going to be a long, arduous journey. It might take you weeks or months or years, maybe even decades to fully recover from the disaster. And if you know, friend, you might know exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to give you encouragement today. If you've realized it's time to reset your life, here's what I want you to do today. I want you to try to conceptualize exactly what happened. Try to be honest with yourself. What happened to me? How did I get here? What circumstances led me here? Try to get honest about what really happened. Sometimes it's hard to understand the crazy situation that led to our disaster, right? Sometimes people do crazy things to us. Sometimes people treat us unfairly. Sometimes we are abused, or, maybe there was conflict. Maybe there was horrible confusion or chaos. And sometimes we just need to sit down and get clarity from it. Try to get clarity and get honest about what happened to you. And then try to think, I can start again. And I'm going to start today. And sometimes that means going to bed and getting up early tomorrow and just writing down a simple plan. Sometimes that means taking one small step, like filling out that next job application or filling out the next rental application. Or, maybe it might mean doing your laundry. It might mean packing your lunch instead of going out to eat so that you can save some money because you know that trouble's coming down the line, whatever it is, right? Your situation is going to be your own, but figure out what the next step is, and then just take that step, and then take the next one and take the next one. And when you get knocked down and beat up on the journey, which is going to happen, just pick yourself right back up, dust yourself off. Don't judge yourself. Just try to keep your head in the game, keep your eyes on the road, and keep moving forward. You can do it. There's another chapter for you. There is for all of us at the top of that mountain. All we have to do is climb up there. You can have a better life now after the disaster than you've ever had before. You can have a more honest relationship with yourself, a more honest relationship with life. You're going to know better. You're going to be wiser, but we do have to keep going. So that's the encouragement I want to give you today. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't lose hope. We need hope. You can find it. You can make it to that next chapter. Drop a comment and let me know where you are in your life reset journey. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. My name is Josh. Hit that subscribe button to watch more videos, empowering those who are going through a life reset to rebuild their lives and to find hope for the next chapter. That's the purpose of this channel. I will see you amazing people on the next one.